Remember the squared off edges from the legendary iPhone 4 era in 2010? It's back again after a decade. Well, yet another year, another iPhone, and this time we'll be getting the next one within 11 months from now. So, hello YouTube, is it worth upgrading to the iPhone 12 Pro? Well, if you have the iPhone 8 or 7 or even the 6s, which is still supported by Apple with iOS 14, or if you have the iPhone 10 or the 10s, which was a radical redesign, but it still has this glossy back, which I don't like. And then we have the previous generation iPhone 11 Pro, which might still look young or old for some. So let's find that out in this video. So what I'm gonna be talking in this video is about three things. So three reasons to upgrade, two reasons not so much, and three reasons not to upgrade to the iPhone 12 Pro. So the first one is an all new design. Stop me if you've already seen this. Believe me, you ain't, because this is one of the compelling reasons for many to upgrade. Ask me why? Well, Apple typically follows a 3-year design cycle. Like, so when we had the original iPhone, it was still the 3G and 3GS. Then we had 2-year cycle like the 4, 4S, the 5, 5S, wherein the S year being the upgrade to the internals. So then we got the 6, which continued till the 8, so which is quite a long. And then we had the iPhone 10, 10s, and 11. So the next one is gonna be at least for another 2 years to come. Apart from the squared off edges, there is slight change in the screen size, which happens to be 6.1 from the 5.8 of the earlier design. So which doesn't feel as much bigger as the screen to body ratio has been increased, with the bezels being shrinked up to a tiny zero point 0.5 mm, and the thickness has been reduced. So shall talk about that later. The rest of the dimensions remain more or less the same. So the next one is the 5G just got real.
We're bringing 5G, 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 5G.
5G marks the next biggest leap forward in mobile communication, with gigabit internet in your pocket, and at places where you have the sub-6, the speed is just bonkers, as you can see here. But if you live in a place or country where 5G hasn't rolled out yet, for example, here in India, 5G was expected by this year end, but it has been pushed to at least till mid or end of next year, that is 2021. And by then, we'll have the next iPhone out, which is expected to have a better battery life than this one, and also maybe a better antenna. But still, the antenna in the new iPhone 12 and 12 Pro is the best one available, which is a Snapdragon X55, which is miles better than the Intel modem, so you can expect better 4G LTE speeds also. Apart from that, the 5G band frequency will be different for different countries and carriers. So you can check this at GSM Arena website for the particular phones, and the 5G frequency for India and carriers like Jio and Airtel, which is expected to be supported at the first launch, isn't that decided by either the government or the spectrum released. So, but this article can throw in a bit of light to this. So you can see the bands mentioned there highlighted, and you can cross check it with the one available in GSM Arena. And also remember that we had an issue with the iPhone 5, which didn't support the Indian 4G network back then. And the next biggest change is the introduction of MagSafe to iPhone. And this is going to change the way you charge your iPhone forever. Well, if you have the Apple Watch, this is more or less the same pattern. But along with that, there are multiple accessories that can stick onto the phone from back using magnets, and there are a few from Apple, and also third-party vendors are coming up with much better solutions. But again, there's a catch. It only charges the iPhone 12 series with 15 watts, and the old iPhones it's rated at 7.5 watt. But it doesn't even do that, which is explained by MaxTech. I'll leave a link below in the description for that. You can see why, and I can see the future here. Apple is moving towards a portless iPhone, and sadly, there is no USB-C, guys. Then coming to the not so section, But still, I would say the 6 gigs of RAM in the iPhone 12 Pro series is a good upgrade from the 4 gigs of RAM that we got in the iPhone 11 Pro. So multitasking got just effortless. The apps open before doesn't close on you as before. But still, I would say if you have the previous generation A13, which is miles ahead of the processors found in Android devices, and if you check the Geekbench scores, it's just 20% increase in the single core and 25% in the multi-core. So there is not much of a difference, but it will just make sense. So if you're holding your phone for at least say 3, 4, or 5 years, and also supported by the iOS updates. The next thing is the camera. So why it's here? Well, you can see the difference. So this is the iPhone 11 Pro, and the new iPhone 12 Pro has an extra LiDAR sensor, and so that is the only difference that you can see physically. But when you check the specifications, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has got pretty important updates like the sensor shift OIS, which is only to be found on the Pro Max model, and also the 2.5x optical zoom, which is again limited to the Pro Max. So this time there's a differentiation in the size of the Pro models, but the best part is the night mode is on all three cameras, in the wide, ultra wide, and the telephoto lens, and also on the front selfie shooter, which is again got the night mode. So, which is a good thing. So, then coming to the video recording, the iPhones were the best video recording cameras by far, and this time it's added the HDR video recording in Dolby Vision standards, which is a golden standard in video recording, and the night black it looks much deeper, the bright part it looks much brighter, so it's gonna give a cinematic viewing experience. And again, like, you should have a supported display which supports Dolby Vision to view this. At last, coming to the reasons you shouldn't upgrade, the first one is the battery life. Well, the iPhones got thinner from 8.1 down to 7.4 mm, and the physical battery size has also been reduced from 3110 mAh down to 2815. So that is down in battery life. But still, with the A14, which is a 5 nanometer chip, which is expected to be even power efficient, but still with the 5G added, it takes up 20% more battery life. So in total, the battery life has been reduced. As you can see here, the battery life of iPhone 12 Pro, as tested by Mr. Who's the Boss, has been roughly 1 hour less than what we got with the iPhone 11 Pro. The next biggest drawback of this year's iPhone is lack of high refresh rate display, which is a bummer. In this day and age where Android flagships have 120Hz or some gaming phones going up to 144Hz, it's sad to see a 60Hz display. But still, the iPhone touch refresh rate is 120Hz. Well, according to rumors, Apple dropped the 120Hz display in favor of 5G. But still, we can expect the LTPO or the variable high refresh rate displays to come in with the next iPhone, at least the Pro series with the 13 lineup, which I believe is worth the wait. And then finally, the prices, or at least the prices outside the United States. So if you live in India, so you're gonna pay a much higher premium. It might be due to the tax or different things. And again, there is a substantial increase in the price for the Pro series. So there is a video again explaining that. I'll leave a link below in the description, which is due to the LiDAR sensor. So the LiDAR sensor, it uses radar communication technology, so which the phone manufacturers has to give a royalty for using the radar communication, which is responsible for the 46,000 price difference from the Pro models from US compared to India. So finally, is it worth the upgrade from the iPhone 6s, 7 or 8? Definitely yes. Is it worth the upgrade from the 10, 10s? I would say maybe, depending on your usage. If you need a better camera, definitely go for it. Or if you have the iPhone 11 Pro, I would definitely say a big no. It's not worth the upgrade. So, there you have it. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more. Peace.